just tell me a little bit about who you are and what you were doing before you started the program, and something about your teaching, like why you like teaching or why you decided to become a teacher.
My name's Heather. I've been an ESL teacher for 3 years now. I've taught kids and adults, and I decided a while ago that I was interested in being an entrepreneur. So when I saw your information on that, it just really attracted me to the idea of starting my own English teaching business, especially because I'd been starting something like that of sorts before. I was meeting the clients face to face, but there were some problems, and I was thinking if only I had somebody to guide me through the process. So that's kind of how I got started with this, my English teaching business, and I got my first 2 clients this week. So really excited about that.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. And so before you joined, did you have teaching experience?
Yes, 3 years with both first with adults and then with students. That was full time, middle school and high school.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, yes, I did. And plus, there was a lady I privately tutored as well. So I've had a little bit of experience everywhere, I feel like, over the years.
So what do you think? What kind of drove your interest to become a teacher in the first place?
That's a really interesting question, actually. It was years ago, probably 2007. I went to Spain and I was trying to learn Spanish. I've always been interested in learning Spanish, and I didn't realize how difficult it was for people to learn a language in that country until I went over there, and I was really nervous, and I also realized learning the grammar and all that, and even just speaking with classmates it's really like not the answer. You have to speak with the natives, and and I feel like this this whole like ESL online business thing, you can kind of have that in your own home.
Yeah.
So but that was how it started. Like I went over there and realized how difficult it was, but I was taking an intensive Spanish class, and the teacher only spoke Spanish. And I don't even know if she knew English, actually, but I remember just being so shy in the beginning, but finally I started speaking, and I was thinking to myself, I would love to do that.
That sounds really difficult. So you were living in Spain, you didn't speak Spanish at all?
I did speak Spanish.
Okay.
I actually did speak Spanish, and so do a lot of my clients. They already speak Spanish, but they're too nervous to speak it. Like, there's a lot of anxiety speaking another language. So
Right.
some of it, I mean, of course, some of them are dead beginners. You'll get those kinds, and I've taught that type. They've only had 1 to 3 months of English language experience. I actually had experience, for years. I took classes for years, and I knew the grammar, and I knew how to string sentences together, but when it came to like actually speaking, the listening and the speaking, it was very difficult. That was the most difficult part for me.
Okay.
Definitely.
And so now the people who you work with, you think that they have some similar difficulties, right?
Yes. I've especially noticed difficulties that they have with some of it's just like anxiety. It's like they're their own worst enemy, and I'm kind of like that too. So I feel like I very much relate to them in that respect.
Well, that's great. They probably feel a lot more comfortable having someone that they can relate to and someone who's been through it, right?
Yeah, exactly. I just tell them it's okay. I learned Spanish and I still have difficulties. I'm still learning. We're gonna do this together. We're gonna get you to your goal of learning English.
You were just telling me that one of your new clients is from the Ukraine. So you teach people, not only people who speak Spanish, but also people who speak other languages too. Right?
Yes. I've taught people that spoke multiple languages. She's my first Ukrainian speaker. She also speaks Russian. And my other client, she speaks Arabic and Dutch, which is kind of interesting. So she said she was translating from Arabic to Dutch and then into English.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Figure Dutch is a little closer to English than Arabic, but yeah, I mean, obviously my ultimate goal is to get her to just automatically speak English and not translate at all. So it'll probably I feel like it might be more of a challenge with the girl who speaks Ukrainian and Russian, since English is so far from both those languages. But she's doing a pretty good job. They're both doing great.
Yeah, great. So what was kind of your first impression when you joined the teaching business program and you started to work on this and go at it on your own?
I was really excited about going on my own. However, I soon realized that it wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be, and I haven't had a lot of experience doing things online. I feel like I'm a little bit technologically impaired. I was very nervous about that. Like, I get really impatient around computers. So yeah, there's some things that, like, I felt very overwhelmed. I remember in the beginning I was excited, but then I got overwhelmed, and then I thought, like, when I didn't get my customers at first, when it took a while, I got really discouraged, as you know, and you talked me back into, like, hey, don't give up. I mean, my advice to anybody wanting to do something like this, to be an entrepreneur of any kind, or who wants to start their own language teaching business, don't give up. Just keep going. Perseverance is key.
Absolutely. So how did you motivate yourself to keep going, even when you're faced with some, not failures, but some disappointments?
I just thought to myself, like, this is, I kind of, I didn't really think of it as an option, but something I had to do. It's like something I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to be more independent. I don't think I want to work under somebody forever. So a lot of it, like, came from within, but I also needed a bit of external guidance, and that came from you.
Well,
so thank you for that.
No, I'm happy to be in that position, and that's why we do this, to try to help people to get that set up, and I think that there's a lot of people out there who have the same goal, that they want to make that transition and be able to teach for themselves. Like you said, to not work for other people and to have more control over their future.
Yes, exactly.
So what about, you got your first clients, and what do you think was kind of the key thing that came together to help you succeed in getting that first client?
Honestly, I think it was just that with the other ones before that failed, I think I got a little bit nervous when it came to actually making the sale. And with these ones, I just said, I made sure to I got more to the point, I think, than I did with the last ones. With the first ones, I was kind of reading the script more, and it made me a little nervous, but this one I almost kind of went on my own. It's like I based what I was saying on the script, but then I was more natural about it. I was like, okay, well, here are what my rates are. What do you think? When do you want to get started? Yeah, I had to kind of get to the point, and it worked. I got 2 clients in the same day, and I was like, I couldn't believe it. It's like, wow.
Yeah. But, so once it became natural, once it flow, you just had to practice it a few times, right?
I did, and there were a few people that I had sales calls with, and they gave me a very vague answer, like, oh, well, I'll think about it. And it didn't work out. Maybe they'll come back to me later, who knows, but it's just like, I was very, I think I lacked the necessary confidence with them at the time, so that was, confidence was a big issue, and then just, you told me I needed to get to the point more. So I remember I was sharing with you a problem that I was having with somebody. You said, you need to get to the point. You didn't answer her question. So sometimes I tend to go around things. So I've been trying to just do that.
Maybe it's one of the downfalls of English speakers, right? We're always using that indirect language.
Yeah,
Could you? Would you mind?
Yeah, exactly. Just some of it, it just kind of came, like, I learned by doing too, so I had to kind of experience failure before I found out sometimes you have to find out what doesn't work before you can figure out what works. It's like, if something doesn't work, don't do that anymore, go in a different direction. So that's what I did.
Absolutely. It's such a great story, and really I think that anybody who watches this later will have a lot of motivation to just keep going from what you've said. One thing that some people compare it to is like when you're trying to pump water out of a well. You have to pump a few times before you see any water.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah,
it's a great analogy.
I think that Facebook and different social media websites and the internet in general, it's like this big reservoir of water. And you just have to pump and pump and pump. And the more you pump, then the closer the water gets to coming out of the spout. And then eventually it just starts running naturally and flowing, right?
Yeah, exactly. But you have to keep at it. You have to keep pumping. Otherwise, what's going to happen? It's going to stop.
Right. But now you got a taste of the water, and you can see that it works. It's coming out, and now it's just time to build on that, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm really excited about it, and I'm going to keep going. I'm working on building my website now. Well, coming up with ideas for my website. That's going to be a really big step for me, because that's
you talked
making
about the tech
a website
and everything.
Yeah, I'm becoming more confident with it. So I think it's going to go really well. I think positivity is very, very important in a
Absolutely.
situation like this. But it's not like a smooth ride. Sometimes you're going to feel down. That's only natural. You just have to learn how to pick yourself up again.
Absolutely.
You can't stay down.
I think you're a great example of that staying positive and keeping at it.
Yeah.
And it works.
Yeah, and also reaching out. Reaching out's really important too. Like, don't just there's that saying, "No man is an island."
Mm-hmm.
There are other people you can reach out to, even if you're going out and doing your own thing. You can ask other people for help, that have done it before, or people in the same field. You kind of figure out your support system over time.
That's really
So,
important, right?
Yeah,
Because you can see what other people are doing, and you're definitely not alone.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, exactly.
So what are some of your goals or plans for the future?
Like I said already, attracting more clients, of course, I should mention that. Building a good website, maybe having some good videos on there.
Mm-hmm.
I have this idea that maybe I'll interview people from different countries and talk about their journeys to learning English. And of course, there'll be people that have learned English, maybe even through me.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to do that. Maybe in the video we'll have a little fun, maybe try some of their food or something. I don't know. I have a few different ideas, and maybe there will be some kind of forum where they can ask for advice, that kind of thing. But that could be kind of my I could turn that into my main platform. That's my goal. Right now I just have my Facebook page, but I'm hoping that's what it comes to, and maybe I can find a way to get paid per hits, and whether they're watching my videos, that kind of thing. But I'm still learning. So yeah, you're all.
That sounds great. That sounds great. Yeah. So you have somewhere to move towards in the future.
Yes.
But right now you've got something that's working. Continue doing that, and
Yeah.
look to the future. That's perfect.
Yeah. I'm just continuously educating myself in this business. You have to never stop learning. I mean, that's kind of how you have to do it. It's like that in a lot of things. I
Right.
think.
Yeah.
You wanna
Master
be
the market.
successful. Exactly.
Yeah. Great. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to do this with me and to answer these questions. And it's really been great to meet you in person.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
have this talk.
All right. Well, thank you for meeting up with me and talking to me about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful scenery here.
Yep. So
love
many other
Siesta
people are
Beach.
enjoying the beach today, and yeah, it's great. Great day. All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.